I'm Dr. Orion Taraban, and this is PsycHacks, Better Living Through Psychology. So the topic of today's short discussion is on the inevitability of pain. So, we live in this biological organism. We are attracted to pleasure. We have this natural aversion to pain. And the consequence of that is sometimes we can find ourselves at a crossroads in our life where we're sort of peering down the different paths to determine, okay, which one is likely going to get me the most pleasure for the least amount of pain, what I call the hedonic calculus. That's all well and good to a certain point, but sometimes we fall into this trap of prioritizing the avoidance of pain. And it's actually a psychological truth that people are much more likely to work to avoid pain than they are to secure pleasure. So in our calculus, it's not like a one-to-one. It's like 1 ounce of pain isn't worth 1 ounce of pleasure in our minds. So we're generally more pain averse than pleasure attracted. Okay? So the idea here is that sometimes we can try to avoid pain by kind of any means necessary. And the fact of the matter is that pain is inevitable. So what does this mean? This means that if you don't change, that's painful. If you change, it's painful. If you go left, it's painful. If you go right, it's painful. If you move forward with a committed relationship and get married and start a family, it's painful. If you stay single and secure your freedom, it's painful. No matter what you do, there will be pain. So what I often counsel my clients is to really deeply accept and embrace the inevitability of pain. And rather than let the avoidance of pain be the guiding factor in our decisions at the crossroads of life, rather to say to ourselves, in essence, okay, no matter what, I'm going to feel in pain. There's going to be pain associated with whatever choice I make. So it doesn't really enter, or shouldn't really enter into the calculus of our decision making because it's common to every alternative. We have to examine how the alternatives are different, not how they're the same. And how all the alternatives are the same is that there's pain involved. So we accept that pain is inevitable, and rather than let that be our guiding star, we think, okay, which path is the pain worth it? In which path do I at least go where I want to go? At which point is the cost of my suffering in some way recompensed by the benefit or the growth that I receive as a result of that decision? When you start to think this way, and on some level you begin to minimize or even kind of ignore or accept the inevitability of pain, you make decisions that are actually more in line with your best interests, your goals, your vision in life, and your long-term growth. So thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe, and we'll talk more in future episodes.